students will ask us, how will US CMA help me advance in my career? And this is a perfect question to ask. When choosing a course, you should obviously always look at what the course will teach you and where it will help you get towards the end of your course. So with that being said, I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about what are the skill sets that you will pick up in US CMA and how they tie to the real world when you start working. With that being said, what do you learn in the US CMA course? So I'll skip all the obvious parts of accounting and finance, but some skills that you pick up from pursuing a professional qualification. The first skill that you will pick up is that you will learn to look at numbers in a different way. You will not just be able to understand numbers, but you will also be able to analyze and interpret numbers. When I tell you that my current ratio is 2, right? A normal person who's not done a professional qualification and they've just sort of passed their exam might not be able to make too much sense out of this. But if you've done a professional qualification, trust me, you'll look at this number in a different way. Your mind will instantly go towards, okay, maybe there's too much ideal cash lying around. Maybe there's this, maybe there's that in the business. And you instantly start looking at it from an analysis perspective. So that is the very first thing you learn in the professional qualification. You learn to look at numbers, you learn to look at concepts more critically, and you understand them much better, because of which you are able to apply them in the real world. The second skill that you will pick up, well, it's not technically a skill, but the second thing that you will become rather is discipline. When you pursue a professional qualification, if you want to crack any professional qualification, one thing that is very vital is discipline. Often professional qualifications will groom you for what's to come. You need to put in long hours, or you need to be consistent. You need to put in long hours if you're slightly worse at certain concepts, or you need to be consistent regardless of where you stand with respect to your educational backgrounds. So it will definitely help you with discipline. Number 3, the next thing that you can expect to pick up from a professional qualification like the US CMA is great networking skills. Well, the IMA body, the body that provides the US CMA course, they arrange these outings for their past students, their current students. Through this, you pick up amazing networking skills. In a class of, let's say, 50 to 100 students, you'll have certain people who are very senior, maybe into their 40s. You'll have young people who've just come out of grade 12. It gives you a great overall perspective it gives you a great overall point of view when you interact with so many people, and it helps strengthen your network as well. Point number 4 that we want to talk about is you are a specialist into costing when you learn the US CMA course. Well, of course, you learn about finance, but you also learn about costing. Great employees always have 2 things, or one of 2 things. Either they are able to bring in a lot of revenue for a company, or they're able to reduce costs for a company. And these 2 things make a great employee. With US CMA, you're learning costing part of it, wherein you will be able to significantly help your organization with making better decisions that either lead to an increased revenue or reduce costs significantly. And trust me, this is vital for any organization, and it's a vital skill to have. Finally, my 5th and my final point is that you will get to work with the management of an organization after this course. Why, you ask, why as a fresher would you get to work with the management of an organization? It's because management will always make decisions for an organization. And as a management accountant, the data that you work on or items that you work on will ultimately aid decision making of the management. So you get that sort of exposure as well. Obviously, you start at an entry-level position. I'm not saying you start directly as a CFO, but you get small glimpses to work with very, very senior people in the organization. And this leads to a rapid growth in terms of your professional development. With that being said, obviously these 5 skills will help you advance quicker in your career. And if you have any questions related to any of the pointers I mentioned, leave them in the comments below.